So today I'm doing a little walk around and up-to-date video on the Saab 93. It is a twin turbo diesel engine. The engine code is actually Z19DTR. It produces about 180 brake horsepower and about 400 newton meters of torque, and that equates to about 294 foot-pounds of torque. It is actually an automatic, so it's a 6-speed auto. It's a bit rough on the inside. I need to give it a good little clean. So yeah, it does come with actually a sports gearbox kind of button thing, so the gearbox is a lot more responsive, holds the gears for longer. It does have 18-inch wheels, which will probably be switching out at some point. I'll come with a wheel reveal at some point. So yeah, it has the 2 exhausts on each side, which I'm sure you probably cannot see from this angle. You can see that one there. But yeah, it's an aero model as well. So yeah, just to give you a little up to date, so I bought this car in June 2021, in the midst of coming out of the lockdown. I got it for a really cheap price. I don't think I've actually seen one as cheap as this since. So it is also red, so the actual color code is 278 laser red. Quite rare, to be honest. I don't really see many around. Shout out to Prolific Bills and YouTube as well, because they got the Red Fury, which is quite similar, but they got the highest spec in it. They got the 2.8 turbo in it with the fucking all-wheel drive, so they're on different levels. But they've motivated me because I seen their car blown up, and the next day the guy's already put an engine in himself. So you know, shout out to them guys. They're hard working, and kind of motivated me to do something with this car now. So as you can see, it's a 58 plate. It is front wheel driver only, but it does have the Saab rear axe system. I'm not too sure if you guys have heard of it. So basically, when you're doing tight cornering, so if the front wheels are turning right, the back wheels will turn slightly left, just so you can take turns a lot tighter. The balance is way better on the car as well. Coming to the actual weight of the car, it weighs roughly about 1600 kilograms. If you want to get specific, it's 1585 kilograms. But yeah, I thought I'd give you a little walk around on what's happened. So the reason why the car has been sitting here for so long is, after purchasing it for about a month or two, what happened was, I'll just show you guys the engine. So yeah, you got the TTID engine with the twin turbos down there. But the issue I had was, if I can get the camera to, so the auxiliary belt here that runs on the alternator to charge the battery, for the aircon, AC, all that type of jazz. Basically what happened was, the crank, which is right at the bottom, you can't see because the engine mount is there, just down the bottom right there, that snapped. The belt's come off and it's gone into the timing and skipped the timing. So at that point I thought the car was basically dead on it. So what I ended up deciding to do was, instead of stripping everything and selling the car as that, I thought I would just risk it and take it apart, put a new timing belt on, time it, and with the help of my uncle, thanks to him, because otherwise I would not have got that done, it started working again. So, and it was working fine, no misfiring, no juttering, no nothing. It sounded sweet as a whistle, as it did when I first got it. But yeah, since then, as you can see, there's a few other little niggles with the car. Like here at the front, the bumper was slightly damaged when I got it. I'm not too sure what he's put on here. It was some, I don't know, because when it is pretty rough. So compared to putting filler on, filler's quite smooth, but this part here is, I don't know what it was. So I might have to cover that again, sand it down, and keep going at it, because it is a long kind of process. As you can see as well, the arches were quite rusty on both sides. If you're wondering why I've gone so high up, it was because I attempted to do it first time and I kind of done a shit job. So trial and error, innit? That's the thing. So I had to sand it down a bit more. Ideally that wasn't something I would wanted to do, but that was my only option at that point. Coming to the actual price of the car, we'll get to that near the end of the video, but what else have I done to it that's a little bit different? So as you can tell, it's got, don't know what that's actually called, but with the lights on for the number plate thing. But I ended up buying a full new boot lid for the pre-facelift. The only reason being I bought this was just for the actual spoiler, the little lip on the top to put onto this car, because if you own one of the facelift models, you would realize it doesn't really come with a spoiler unless you've got like the Turbo X model. Like literally that's the only one that comes with a spoiler. So what I decided to do was buy that for 30 quid instead of buying one of the eBay ones that go for what, like £180 or something. I paid £30 for that. I just need to sand it down, put it on top. I might do it black at the minute, I'm not too sure. I might even change some of the colours on the grills as well in the front. So I wanted these to be a bit more darker, maybe like a gunmetal grey, but we'll get to that as well. So it was just a little up-to-date video. I thought I would shoot of the car just to see how bad of a state it's in, and for me kind of documenting it just to see what kind of work I'll be doing on it, and for like my own self to see that I'm actually doing it as well. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, probably do a bit of sanding one of these days. Tomorrow I will probably get a new battery and start it up. Probably haven't started it in about roughly 8 months, so hopefully it will start up nicely the first time and I'll get the battery for it. I'll check the oil levels and all that stuff. It looks like the coolant's quite low already. It's been sitting there for quite a while, so probably do all the little checks beforehand. But yeah, oh yeah, I forgot to mention it was remapped as well. So it is base model is 180. I believe it's about 210, and obviously with the Newton meters is 400 stock, so it would be about 470, maybe 475. I'm not too sure because I don't have the actual print out of it. But yeah, just a little look at the car, just to see where it's at right now and where I want to get it to. And I'll get the wheels in the next video for you guys to have a look at. You can tell me what you think. Might even put these ones on sale if anyone wants them. They're quite nice. I think they look better on the pre-facelift, in like a gunmetal grey. They are 18-inch wheels as well. But yeah, so coming to the price of the car, what I actually paid for it, if you're wondering, it is definitely the cheapest one you'll ever see on the market, and maybe because it was locked down and I went all the way up to buy Scotland to get it. But yeah, it cost me £850, sterling pounds, yeah. And you gave me a door with it as well. It's just because of the electrical mechanism in there for the window, because it was being a bit funny on the car. But the irony of it was my brother opened the door and it was just some little piece of plastic stuck at the bottom. So once he took that out, the window started working perfectly fine. But yeah, other than that, I'll probably get back to another video on the car quite soon. Getting the sanding done, but I want to get it started, ideally get some fuel in it, get it running, and we'll go from there.